Hey guys, Patrick here, your nutrition coach from Perform and Transform. In this video, we're talking all about sodium. So what is sodium? How to reduce your blood pressure and how we can flavor our food without all that added salt. So what is sodium? So sodium is a micronutrient, meaning it doesn't give you any calories. It is just a mineral. Now salt is good, but however, if we have too much salt, it's bad. If we had too little salt, that's also bad. So everything in moderation. So here in the North American diet, most people are having way too much salt. And so on average, the consumption of salt is over 3,400 milligrams every single day, when the recommended amount is only 1,500. So we're having almost double, triple the amount of salt that we need. And as a result, it's causing a lot of destructive damage to our body. So what does sodium actually do for our body? It does a couple things over here. So sodium helps maintain fluid balance. So it helps regulate the water in our body. But when we have too much sodium, this causes high blood pressure. So how does this work? So imagine you blew up a balloon and you blew it up this big, and then you let go of the tip and you have all the air coming out, okay? Now imagine you blow up the same balloon, but instead of filling it up all the way, you just fill it halfway, okay? The air that's gonna be coming out is a lot less. So same thing in our arteries and veins. When we have increased salt, what it does, it increases our water retention and therefore it increases our blood volume. So when we have more blood volume going through the same arteries and veins, you have extra pressure. Just like if you blow up a balloon all the way and you let go of the tip, there's extra air coming out. So same thing. A couple days ago, my mom, she had an emergency in her condo. There was a leak in the sprinkler system. And so imagine you have pressurized water going into the sprinklers and there was a leak, and so pressurized water went everywhere. My mom called me the other day. She said, oh my goodness, there's water coming out from the ceiling, from the wall, from the floor. And so altogether there was 72 units affected, and it caused a lot of water damage. So this is the same damage that can be caused in our internal organs when we have too much and too high of a blood pressure. So it's really important to make sure that we're having the right amount of sodium. So what are the benefits of a low sodium diet? So obviously it is going to help lower and regulate your blood pressure. It's going to reduce the risk of a heart attack or heart disease. If you have all that pressure going into your heart, it's going to cause damage. It's going to lower your LDL cholesterol or your bad cholesterol. It's going to decrease your risk of kidney damage, reduce the hardening and thickening of your arteries, reduce bloating, swelling. It curbs your salt cravings, decreases the risk of headaches, builds stronger bones. So if you have too much salt, it draws calcium out of your bones, and when you have calcium out of your bones, this causes your bones to be brittle, and something called osteoporosis, which is terrible. It reduces your chance of kidney stones. So kidney stones is excruciatingly painful. Your kidneys, what it does, it helps filter some of the waste products in our blood. So when you have too much minerals and salt in our blood, it helps filter that out. So same way if you have a washer or a dryer. If you have a dryer, you gotta change the lint, right? It collects all the lint. So same thing with our kidneys, it collects all the extra waste and it collects all the extra minerals. So we have too much salt, too much minerals, it filters that, and as a result, you have kidney stones, and that's the last thing you want because it's very, very painful. It also helps pump your heart more efficiently and effectively, and it lowers your risk of stomach cancer. So how can we reduce our sodium intake? I have one tip for you, and it's very, very simple. How we can do it is by just removing processed foods alone. So processed food has a lot of extra salt. So anything that's in a can, that's packaged, has a lot of sodium. So getting things that are fresh is gonna really help you out. If you go to a grocery market, usually the things that are fresh are on the perimeter. Everything that's processed is in the middle. So for example, your produce, your fruits and vegetables, that's in the perimeter. Your milk, your dairy product, that's in the perimeter. Your poultry, your meats, that's in the perimeter. All of these are fresh. There's not a lot of added salt, but as soon as you go in the middle of the supermarket, like Superstore or Costco, Walmart, you have all of these processed foods, cans, bags, everything. So try to have things that are more fresh, and that way it's gonna help reduce your sodium intake. So when we don't have extra salt in our food, how can we flavor our food? Very, very simple, through herbs and spices. So you can use herbs and spices, you can use lemon juice, you can use infused oils, you can use chilies and peppers, but you have to be careful not to have extra sauce from a bottle. If you have like barbecue sauce, honey mustard sauce in a bottle, in the side that bottle has a lot of sodium. So you want to try to make your own. So For example, if you like hot sauce, you can make your own hot sauce with chilies and peppers. Some of the most common herbs and spices are over here. So you have allspice, you have basil, you have cardamom, cayenne pepper, cilantro, chives, olives, cumin, dill, garlic, mint, nutmeg, oregano, parsley, rosemary, saffron, sage, tarragon, thyme, and turmeric. And all of these are great for flavoring your food. And right now in Vancouver, British Columbia, it is spring heading into summer. And so you can actually grow a lot of these herbs and have it fresh in your garden. If you don't have that luxury, you can also get it in a powdered form. But all of these do not have a lot of sodium, so you can use these to flavor your food. So the challenge of the week I want to give you is over here. So level 1, replace a high sodium sauce with a new herb or spice that you've never tried before. Level 2 is replace high sodium sauce with 3 herbs and spices. And a level 3 challenge, nutrition challenge of the week, is actually tracking your sodium and having not more than 2,000 milligrams. If you have high blood pressure or hypertension, I would recommend you to track your sodium content so you know you're on the right track to lower your blood pressure. All right, so I hope all these tips help, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for allowing us to transform your life through fitness.